I heard something. What are you doing up so early? 6 o'clock in the morning.
I just am. Go back to bed, darling.
Well, I have to get up pretty soon anyway. Something wrong? Where's Daddy?
He left early. I don't know.
Mom and Dad, I wish you were all here to tell. My boy is going to be an heir to C.C. Capwell. He'll never have to grow up the way I did. I'm going to be the perfect wife. All for you, baby. All for you.
Yeah, well, I expected to get some answering service or the courthouse switchboard. I didn't think that you'd be in your office at this hour.
I've been doing some research. Why? What can I do for you, Lionel?
Something, I hope. We have a problem. Sophia has not left town, and it looks as if she's not going to.
What? I thought she had decided to. What changed her mind?
Does it matter? I came here to the hotel and tried to talk some sense into her, but she won't let me in.
Oh, why should she? She's perfectly aware that not one of the people who knows she's alive wants her here.
Her fantasy of becoming a Capwell again is too strong, though she knows C.C. is marrying Gina DeMott.
Well, they're, not married yet.
No, but they will be today. Won't they?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Mom, you know how Dad is? Like, he gets brainstorms in the middle of the night, and so he just has to go for a walk or do some research or something.
Not this time. I'm sorry, darling. I hate weepy females.
But did you two have a fight?
No, not really, no. Your father always has a reasonable-sounding explanation for what he does that makes sense to only him and no one else.
Well, what did he do then?
Why don't you go get dressed or something? I know you're concerned. It's very dear, but really, this is between your father and myself.
Mother, I wish you would remember I'm not a child anymore. And I know you better than you think I do. I know the only thing that can make you feel this awful is if Dad were seeing another woman.
That's right.
Okay. Maybe that isn't something that I know about jealousy. I mean, Ted and I never really had it. And maybe you do have reason to be suspicious. After what happened between Sophia Capwell all those years ago.
Your father is the same man that he was.
But, Mom, there haven't been any other women since then, have there? I mean, I honestly don't believe that something went on between Eden and Daddy or anyone else. I think what happened between Ted's mother and Dad couldn't happen with anyone else.
Laken, I know you're trying to be reassuring, but, darling...
Mom, that was so long ago. She's dead now. What?
You're the only one in the family who doesn't know.
Doesn't know what?
Sophia Capwell is not dead. She's very much alive.
What are you talking about?
I saw her. She's alive and here in Santa Bárbara, and she's still as beautiful and as immoral as she was when your father knew her. So you understand? I feel very helpless, and I am not one for being helpless. So, you see, I have to I have to now decide exactly what it will take to get rid of her.
I thought I told you I was busy.
I want to know what you meant.
When?
When? When you said that Cece may be getting married today and maybe not.
I was simply saying that the wedding hadn't occurred yet. Things have been known to go wrong at the last minute.
No. I know you too well, Mason. You can't keep from gloating when something is up your sleeve, and you are gloating.
Now, what difference does it make to you, Lionel? I think you'd be happy to see Gina marry my father. Then maybe Sophia will realize that he's unattainable and go away. Or isn't that what you want?
Sophia is staying. It's pretty clear that no amount of evidence is going to convince her that she's neither needed or cared for here. Call it an obsession. Can you stop the wedding?
What reason would I have to try, Lionel?
Augusta knows that Sophia's alive.
Well, that must be touchy for you.
But if Sophia were reunited with Cece...
Augusta might rest easier.
I think so.
For how long, Lionel? I mean, after all, the fact that you and Sophia were both married to other people before never cramped your style.
Sophia only wants to see her family reunited.
Mm-hmm. Or so she says. Tell me, Lionel, are you asking me this because you want to protect Augusta or because you want to protect you from yourself? We all have our obsessions. Is Sophia yours?
I want to keep my marriage together, period. End of story.
And what do you suggest I do to keep Gina from usurping our dear semi-departed Sophia's rightful position?
I thought perhaps you could do something underhanded. You're good at that.
Lionel, if you're suggesting mayhem at the altar, you've got the wrong man. I won't even be allowed in the door. I'm the family pariah, remember?
Maybe if Cece knew that Sophia was alive.
Now, who's going to tell him, Lionel? Certainly not Eden. And he wouldn't believe it coming from either of us.
Something has to be done.
Yes. Well, just if, by some strange quirk of fate, I were able to stop the wedding, Lionel, what compelling reason would I have to do so?
Mason, are you asking for money?
No, I'm posing a question that requires a specific answer. Very specific.
How much?
Crassness offends me, Lionel. Why don't we continue this impromptu little discussion later when we both had time to think about it?
Didn't realize you were so sensitive.
Yes. Consorting with the enemy also offends me.
Well, then your life must be very difficult. You have so many enemies.
Goodbye, Lionel. Everything in order. All the papers drawn up. Never filed. Did nothing. Never even had the will probated. She was never declared legally dead. That's a technicality, but after today, he's a bigamist. Certain appeal in that. Finesse. Let's consider the options. If I play my ace, I want to make sure the king's going to fall.
But after all this time...
I don't know, Laken. I don't know where she's been. I don't know what her intentions are. I don't even want to guess.
Did Dad try to explain?
How could I listen to him? How could I believe him when I know that he's been seeing her and lying about it all this time for who knows how long?
I think he has good reason not to tell you. I think I know why.
Why?
Well, he knew how you'd react. I mean, here you are, you're already imagining that there is something that's going on between them. I find that hard to believe, Mom.
Then why was she visiting him in jail?
Well, did you ask Dad?
Oh, yes, I asked him. I gave him the chance. He just lied to me.
Well, Mom, you have to remember. Look, all these years, Dad thought that he killed Sophia Capwell. I mean, even though it was an accident, he felt responsible for it. Imagine how relieved he must feel now. I mean, I'm sure he just went to see her to see that she was alive.
Fine. Fine. But then why was he in her hotel room yesterday morning? I mean, I've always given your father the benefit of the doubt until the doubt becomes some kind of certainty.
Just when I thought I was getting to know Dad so much better.
Well, I thought so, too. I thought these last few months had made us stronger.
Thank you for telling me.
I don't know what good dragging you into this has been.
Look, maybe we could look at it as being at least partly a good thing. I mean, that she's alive. Dad doesn't have to go around with all this guilt anymore. Ted. Mom, think about Ted, how happy he must be. He used to always talk about his mother, how much he missed her. He didn't even really know her.
It's hard for me to feel thrilled about anything to do with the Capwells after what Mason did to your father and what Ted tried to do to Warren.
No, I know. I know, but, I mean, it must seem like some kind of a miracle. Do they know? Do the rest of them know?
Oh, I know Eden and Mason do, and I assume they've told the others. They must have. Oh, it's the same old story. The Capwell's good fortune always makes our lives miserable.
You can put them over there. Oh, what do you have?
Oh, just some stuff. You're up early.
Oh, yeah, still a lot of things to do. Can I take a look? Sorry. When am I going to learn to mind my own business?
No, it's okay. It's just some stuff I had in my room.
Where did you ever find so many pictures of your mother?
Well, some I got from my dad and some I got from studios I sent away for. And, you know, publicity shots and press releases from the movies Mama was in. Anyway, I thought I'd take it down the basement today.
Because of the wedding today?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't need to have it around anymore. I mean, you can only remember somebody for so long.
Well, I'm very touched. And I'm grateful to you for making room in your life for me.
Well, I'm glad you and Dad are going to be together.
I know you are. Out of the household, you and Kelly have been so generous and supportive, making me feel at home here.
Well, now, I know Eden wants Dad to be happy, too. Well, maybe because I'm the youngest, I don't remember Mom the way she does.
I want you to know I have no intention of taking her place. There's a place in your heart and your sister's hearts that no one else can fill. And I respect that.
Thank you. Besides, you know, I almost hope you can fill that blank spot for Dad. He's been alone for too long.
Well, I'm going to try. I do love him.
I know. Besides, it'll be neat to have Brandon for a little bro.
Oh, he's wild about you.
Yeah, you know, I remember the way Channing was with me when I was little. Maybe if I can be that kind of big brother to him, be kind of like paying Channing back for being so good to me.
Well, you won't have to work so hard because he thinks everything you do is charmed.
You know, he was teaching me how to shoot baskets when I was no bigger than the ball. You know, the hoop's still outside.
I think you're going to have to lower that a little bit.
I don't know. He seems pretty game.
You know, Ted, you don't have to do this. Put those things away. I would never ask that of you.
No, I know. Anyway, I'm going to stop thinking about people who are gone and wishing for things that just can't be and concentrate on people who are right here, right now. Like you.
Thank you.
Sounds like Grandma's awake.
That's all I need.
Does she know?
No, but when she does, all hell will break loose.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You and your mother had breakfast?
No. We've just been talking.
Oh, about what?
Excuse me, I have to get ready for school. I have to be there early.
She know about Sophia? shout at me. Hit me. Tell me you hate me. Do something so I know where to begin.
Well, it would be kind of nice to have the whole family around before the madness breaks loose this afternoon.
Well, I know Ted and Eden are up, but I haven't seen Kelly yet.
Haven't you forgotten someone?
Brandon?
Who else?
Do you know how much it means to me, you including him in everything we do?
Of course. How couldn't I?
Well, some men might not be so generous. You even included him in the will as an heir to you.
Gina, today marks the start of a new era for the Capwells. A new family. I've got great hopes for Brandon. Mason, I no longer think of as a son. Channing is gone, of course. And I think the last thing on Ted's mind is taking over the reins from me.
You have 2 daughters.
Yes, but whatever their obvious talents, they're not going to carry on the Capwell name.
Well, neither will Brandon. I might change my name, but he won't be changing his.
Gina, I have thought of a wedding gift that I would like to ask from you, but I've been a little hesitant in asking because I thought it might be a little presumptuous.
Cece, you can ask me anything. You know that. You've done so much for me. Now, don't deny me the pleasure of giving you something back in return.
Well, I think it was a great stroke of luck, our finding each other. But I also think we both know that it couldn't have happened unless we'd lost someone that we dearly loved. Now, I don't want to drive out your memories of Stockman. Because I know how precious they must be to you, as my memories of Sophia are to me.
Of course.
Well, I guess I'll just have to come out and say it. And I will respect any answer that you give back to me.
Well, Cece, just ask me.
I want to adopt Brandon, legally. I want to change his name from DeMott to Capwell.
Oh, Cece.
If it's not asking too much.
No, it's not asking too much. It's wonderful. And it's just like you to do anything you can to make him feel less like an outsider. I think it would be good for him. And if it's what you want, I want it too.
I do. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Morning, Dad.
where are you going so early? Aren't you going to have some breakfast?
No, I got to take a test before first period, since I'm only going to be there for half a day.
That's right.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Theodore, where are you going? I thought this was the big day.
Be back in time for the wedding.
Well, you'd better. Take it from a former stepson. Getting a new stepmother is a treat not to be missed.
Yeah, Mason, I don't think you should be here today, all right? Let this be Dad's day, okay?
I didn't come to fight.
Good. Well, your breakfast was a good idea, but I guess it just wasn't to be.
Oh, well.
Well, I think I better get going myself. I've got a couple of things to straighten up before we leave. Like, get a couple of tickets to Rio de Janeiro for this afternoon.
To Rio?
You haven't been there, have you?
No, but I'd love to go.
That's why I asked you to get a passport.
Oh, Cece, I love you.
All right, I'll be back soon.
Oh, I'll be waiting. A honeymoon in Rio.
Your sofa. Your chair. Your desk. Your puzzle box. Your paintings. Your living room. Your house. Your wife. Where do I fit in, Lionel? Am I part of the furnishings that make room for new acquisitions?
Augusta, I don't own you. You belong to me only in the sense that I love you.
Oh, I believe you. I really do. Just like you'd love a pair of warm, comfortable slippers, or maybe your favorite shirt. Preferred sometimes, but not very dressy. And certainly not indispensable.
That's not true, Augusta. I couldn't get along without you.
Oh, you can and have. You're not getting along with me now, are you? I mean, you have your secret missions, your private designs, your preoccupation. You tell me as much or as little as you please, and I sit here among your possessions, wondering if and when you may come back, or possibly whether you found what you've been searching for ever since the first day we met.
I'm not searching for anything.
Tell that to someone that doesn't know you. Because it isn't me. If it were, the search would have ended the day we got married. Oh, you've called it adventure, revenge, discovery. But now I think I know what it is. You are just waiting for that feeling to come back that you had with Sophia, aren't you?
No.
Can you honestly say to me that you wish she hadn't come back from the dead?
No.
Well, then.
Augusta, I have reason to hate Sophia more than you will ever conceive. I hate Sophia for what she's doing to this family. I hate Sophia for the feelings that you're having right now. But I thank God that she's alive. I thought I had killed her. I thank God that she's alive. But there is nothing between us. I have no feelings for her whatsoever.
I'd like to believe you, darling. But vows and promises have never been your strong suit.
I did not go to see Sophia. I went to see Mason.
Oh, is he your go-between now?
Look, I realize that Mason is an unlikely ally. But it seems that his affection for Sophia is as little as ours.
Well, then, can he make her leave Santa Bárbara?
I don't know. Augusta, Sophia and I stood right here yesterday and made a pact that we would never see each other again. Now, she has less reason to be fond of me than of her. She hates me. She still thinks that I tried to murder her. Augusta, you are my life. And that's the way I want it. Being with you all these years has shaped so much of what I am that I can't even think of starting over with someone else, even if I wanted to, which I don't.
I don't like the position I'm in. I find myself suspecting you and accusing you and interrogating you every time you come through the door, and I don't know how I got in that position. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to stay in it. I don't belong to you, Lionel. You're right. Let's just both remember that, all right? Because if you ever see her again, if you're ever anywhere alone with her, if you are in my presence and you look at her, I will leave you, Lionel. I mean that. I don't want to, but it'll hurt me deeply. And it'll hurt me more if I stay.
Will you tell me one thing? How did you find out?
That would be your question. Where did you go wrong? Don't worry, darling. You're as effective a liar as you've ever been.
I want to know if Sophia made it her business to tell you.
Oh, no. Sophia's less effective. She did give it her all, though. That'll make you happy. While your devoted wife was visiting her incarcerated husband, I happened to spy her leaving the visitor's room after seeing you.
And you followed her?
Is that where she unveiled herself to you? I'm sure she did it with maximum effect, wherever it was.
I found her on the train.
You mean that when you disappeared, and we didn't know where you were, You forfeited $5 million worth of bail just to be with Sophia.
I didn't know she was the one I was following.
I feel sick, Lionel. One more second in this room with you.
Will you listen to me for a second?
You said you were looking for a man with a beard.
And I was.
And a man who was framing you and his wife.
They were both one and the same. They were both Sophia Capwell. I got on that train. I didn't know who I was following. I didn't even know Sophia was alive. And when I saw her, I didn't even recognize her at first. That's why I had to stay on the train to find out.
You could have gotten off. Morning, Minx.
Did I hear the such strain of marital discord?
Good morning, Mother.
What's all this talk about trains? Is somebody going on a trip?
Oh, very possibly.
The two of you? Together?
Is there anything you need?
Yes. My breakfast.
Well, Augusta and I will be finished here in a minute.
That's what I've been saying for 20 years. But the grapevine says that you want to speak to me,
Yes, excuse me. I would like to see... Well, I'd like to talk with you about Brick.
Well, what about Brick?
Can't it wait?
If you want to tell me that he's impudent, I know that already. I'm used to it, for having raised you.
Mother, would you sit down for a minute?
Certainly, I'll read my paper.
Excuse us for a minute, Minx. You're going to have to tell your mother about Sophia.
No.
She's going to find out.
She'll boil me in oil.
Well, then at least Minx and I will still agree on something.
I'm not... I'm going to talk to her about Brick, and we can continue this conversation another time. I'll find a way to tell her about Sophia in my good way.
Fine. But if she finds out and she asks me how long we've known, I'm not going to lie, and then I'm just going to stand back and watch the heads roll.
Augusta, just let me handle this in my own way.
Since when has your way ever worked?
Oh.
See, no, this will be too warm. It's summer down there. But it is soft, and Cece might want to... Oh, yes, I'll pack it. No, Cece, you can't come in here. You can't see me in this dress, but then again, I don't have it on yet, so come on in. Isn't this the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
Yes, it's very becoming. But you look well without it, too, I must say.
Get rid of Brick? Whatever for? Where are you?
I'm right here. Mother, somehow this stranger has insinuated himself into this house. Now, I'm the head of this household, and I don't like a stranger handling my responsibilities.
I'd rather a stranger made me wealthy than a relative to send me to the poorhouse. Don't you agree, Augusta?
I don't think that's what Lionel means, Minx.
Mother, the man is a chauffeur.
Oh, so snobbery is rearing its ugly head, huh?
No.
And you an ex-jailbird?
The point is that nothing we know about Brick indicates that A, he's trustworthy, and B, that he's competent to handle large sums of money like this. I mean, I admit he's had a few lucky guesses.
Look, we're in better shape now than we've ever been. You're the one with the terrible business sense. I ought to get rid of you. Don't you think so, Augusta?
This is not a good time to ask.
Mother, whatever you think about my head for business is irrelevant. I am the head of this household, and I'm not going to relinquish my responsibility to a perfect stranger, somebody who's not even qualified. I think he's taking advantage of you.
What a thought.
Oh, well, come on now. You got to admit that you're vulnerable to a certain amount of flattery here.
Well, I certainly am. I'm starved for it.
Brick is a very attractive young man.
Happily married women don't notice things like that.
What we're suggesting, Mother, is that maybe, I don't know, maybe you might not be the best judge of character.
Judge of character? You dare talk to me about who's the better judge of character? Brick at least knows the value of $1. Perhaps that's because he grew up without the benefit of a 3-digit allowance every week.
But what exactly do you know about it?
I know that he's honest and he's not a crook. As for the rest, well, his taste in women, I don't know about that. That even brilliant men can be stupid about love affairs. Well, take Howard.
Howard?
Hughes.
But you never used to like me either.
I remember.
Well, at least I think that I've worked my way off your top 10 most despicable women list.
Yes, that's true. Well, now there are only 9 left.
Yes, I know. Such as, well, I used to know, but I forgot.
I never liked Harry Houdini's mother. Shifty woman.
Well, actually, I was thinking more of Sophia Catwell.
Oh, but she's dead. But still number 1 on my list.
Minx, I believe Lionel has something to say to you.
Augusta, I'll thank you not to put words in my mouth.
Well, I'm just opening the way.
We are discussing Brick.
We are not discussing Brick. I want my coffee and I want my muffin.
Mother, could you wait just a minute?
No, you two are like a couple of old vaudeville characters. Entertaining, but only in small doses. Now, if either of you want to see me for anything, I'll be in the breakfast room.
Howard?
Mason, please leave. Don't make me ask you again.
But then you'll miss it, and it isn't often that I succumb to the impulse to do something nice.
We can talk later. Cece's going to be here soon.
Later may be too late. I wanted to give you my blessing.
Thank you.
And to tell you that I think you're far better than my father deserves. Whatever may happen today.
Oh, Mason, you wouldn't.
I just want you to know that my quarrel is with him, not with you.
You're going to spoil everything, aren't you?
Hard to say.
You're going to tell him all about Hank and that extortion scheme, aren't you?
I don't believe I'll have to.
I know why you're going to do this. Because you hate me. Because you lost your inheritance to Brandon.
I don't hate you, Gina.
Yes, you do, and you're trying to get back at me. But I had nothing to do with it.
Even less than you think.
I didn't even know about it until yesterday.
Well, I've known about it all along. So if I were going to hate you for it, I would have started a long time ago.
Well, then why do you want to spoil the wedding?
What makes you so sure I do?
Mason, this is not for myself, it's for Brandon. I want him to have a father. I want him to have a good home. I want him to have everything he needs to be happy, that's all. If I could, I'd give you back that damned inheritance. Please, Mason, don't do it. Please.
You can do me one favor in exchange for my blessing.
What?
Invite me to the wedding.
Cece wouldn't allow that. I can't do it.
He will if you insist.
I can't do it. It's impossible. He would be furious. He'd wonder why I did it, and then he would ask me questions. What would I say?
You've been pretty creative up to now.
Gina, I'm back. Got the tickets.
Mason, get out of here before he finds you.
Not until you promise me you'll talk to him.
I can't. All right, I'll talk to him.
Good enough.
You don't have to pack everything, you... What the hell are you doing in here?
Tell me. Just stop worrying about it. The test was simple.
Well, how come you got to take it early?
Well, I have to leave after second period today. See, my dad's getting married, and I missed the first one.
Oh, by the way, Ted, I forgot to tell you, Laken's looking for you. Yes, hi.
You were?
Uh-huh. To say, well, congratulations. I guess that's the right word.
Maybe we should wait.
What? Wait. Augusta, you're the one who insisted that I talk with her right away.
Just until after breakfast. I mean, we don't want her to choke on her muffin.
Oh, and you call me a coward? What could Mother say anyway? The fact is that Sophia is alive is none of our doing.
How are you going to approach it?
Good morning, Mother. I have something to tell you. How's that?
Augusta was right.
Good morning, Mother. Augusta was right. I have something to tell you.
I thought I told you I was having my muffin.
Oh, but this is very important, Mother. I only found out last week.
I think you better say yesterday.
Right.
Well, then, what?
Oh, well, Mother, do you remember during the earthquake when you were found in the sarcophagus and you were found alive and everybody was very surprised? Well, have I got a story for you.
Lionel, that's terrible.
You are making me nervous. Do you know that? I know how to handle my own mother.
Better than you handle your wife, I hope.
Oh, really? Okay.
Good luck.
Mother? Excuse me. Could I talk with you for a minute?
I thought I told you I was having my muffin.
Well, just let me close the double doors for a minute and,
What?
Well, that's done.
Cece, it's all right. He just wanted to congratulate us.
Don't defend him, Gina.
Did you think I would assault the blushing bride?
I don't want to see your face, and especially on this day.
Don't want to be reminded of your past marital mistakes, huh?
Just keep on going. You know the way out.
You know, the ironic thing is that this time I think you picked the right woman. For all the good it'll do you.
Did he lay a hand on you?
No.
Well, I expected one encounter with Mason today. I'm glad it's over.
Cece, sometimes I think that, well...
What?
I don't want to intrude, and it's the way I feel, but I never know if I should say anything or not.
Gina, I'll let you know if you would intrude. Honey, there's one thing I've learned. That if a marriage is going to stay together, it has to be based on trust. I don't want there to be things that you can't say to me.
All right? Sometimes I think you're too hard on Mason.
Hard? Did you hear what he said to us?
Yes, I know, but sometimes an outsider can see more than you can. It's clear to me why he acts the way he does.
Well, I wish you would explain it. It's not clear to me.
Why do you think he keeps coming back here? Why do you think he'll do anything just to talk to you, even though he knows it might end in an argument?
Because he's spiteful. He just goes away and tries to think up new vicious things to say, and then he comes back here to say them.
No. It's because he misses you. He keeps hoping that you'll see how hurt he is, that you'll tell him that you miss him, and welcome him back to the family.
Well, he's going to have a long wait, and I think you're wrong.
Cece, isn't it worth the effort? I mean, to stop this fighting day in and day out?
It depends.
I mean, if we just gave him a chance every once in a while. And I bet you'll be able to see a big difference in him. I don't mean big hellos or heart-to-heart talks. That would be dishonest. I just mean, well, every once in a while, like, for instance, today, we could allow him to come to the wedding today.
Absolutely not.
What harm would it do?
Gina, this is our day. A day that we're going to share our special feelings. Mason represents misplaced trust and all the unhappiness that I'm trying to forget. I don't want that kind of feeling in the house today.
Hello.
I think I can do it.
Mason.
What does he want?
How?
I'm not saying for certain I will, but I think I can stop the wedding.
What will it take?
That's my business.
I mean, what will you need from me?
Oh, I see you can't talk. Augusta's there, huh?
That's right.
I thought this was all for her.
Just tell me, and keep in mind that I just lost a $5 million piece of change there.
What are you talking about?
I don't want money, Lionel.
Should I be relieved or not?
But if I succeed in getting the wedding called off or even postponed, what I want is part of your salvage from the Amanda Lockridge. Just one small item.
Mason, a lot of it's been sold.
What's been sold?
Not the Chinese puzzle box.
Why?
Hasn't been worth anything to you, has it?
All right. Do what you say you can, and it's yours.
Ted, wait. I just just wanted you to know how happy I am for you. I wasn't sure if you'd want to talk about it in front of everybody.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm mostly happy for my dad, though.
God, I can imagine. Does everybody else know about it?
Well, you know, the family. But Dad does want to keep it a secret. You know, I guess everyone will know after today, though, huh?
How does it feel to have a mother, after all?
Well, Laken, I don't think of her that way.
Well, what does she look like? And what did she say to you?
Gina?
No, your mother, Sophia.
My mother?
Ted, There's a second.
No, wait a minute. But I was talking about the wedding, my father and Gina DeMott, but you were talking about my mother. Laken, you said her name all excited, like she's alive. Laken. Is she? Laken. Is my mother alive?
Sorry. I thought you knew.